Hi guys, this is Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Today I'm making some Welcome to the Neighborhood cards using the new Picket Fence card kit of the month. This is the card kit of the month for Spellbinders for the month of April. I am running a bit late. That's what happens when I catch a cold, I guess. I'm starting off with a stamp set, and I'm going to be stamping out the cute little house and a couple of the sentiments on a scrap of white cardstock that I've got handy. And I'm going to be stamping that out in some Versamark Onyx Black ink. After stamping out that first panel, I decided I need to stamp a little bit more. So I did a second of the same, and now I'm doing a different panel. This time I'm going to do multiples of this cute little house. Next, I'm grabbing out some of my alcohol ink markers. These are Spectrum Noir, and I'm going to color up the house. After coloring up my pretty little pink house, I'm going to cut that out. Just doing some simple fussy cuttings. The lines on the house aren't difficult to cut. And I'm leaving a little bit of a white border, which makes it a little more forgiving. It's easier to do, and it kind of makes it look like a die cut. And I love that look. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim this out. While I'm at it, I'll go ahead and cut out those little sentiments as well. Next, I'm going to start putting together the first of the cards. To do that, I'm trimming off that first panel, the one that's got multiple houses. On that one, I just decided to color the windows and the chimney and leave the rest of it plain. Then I'm grabbing a piece of pattern paper from my stash, and I thought, that would be kind of pretty as a matting layer, which means I'm going to have to trim down my panel a little bit more so that it fits better. Next, I'm going to pop up that pretty pink house on some foam tape. That way it's going to be the focal image, plus you're going to see it better. We've got the plain white background, just a touch of color on those little houses, and then this pink house in the front is going to just pop. I'm using some different foam to pop the houses up. This is the foam dots or foam squares that come in the kit, but you also have all that excess. Don't throw that away. Use it for things like this. So I just cut a piece of that off and I'm putting it on the back of my sentiment. Now this sentiment is going to pop up just a little bit more than the house. But first I'm going to add a little line of pink using the pink marker that I had just used on the house to kind of make it so that that sentiment stands out just a little bit more. I feel that something is missing, so I started looking through the ephemera that comes in this kit. And there is this cute little lady on a bicycle, and I thought, I'm going to have her riding by. So I'm using that same excess from the foam squares to pop her up so that she'll be riding past underneath that sentiment. Oh, I love this. That is going to finish up this first card. For my next card, I decided to take a piece of scrap that I've got from one of the 6x6 pattern paper packs. I'm not sure which of the card kits it came from, but that's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim this down quite a bit, smaller than what I normally do, mostly because of how much was left on one side. And then what I decided to do is have a 1-inch border instead of my 1/2 inch, but a 1-inch border all the way around. So I cut the whole thing down pretty small. Now I'm going to adhere that to the center of my card base. Just like I did on the pretty pink house, this one I colored yellow, I'm going to go ahead and pop this guy up on some of the foam tape right in the center of my panel. So for the sentiment on this one, I went back into that pack of ephemera that came in the card kit, and there's this word welcome. And I think it's just so pretty. Initially, I was going to say welcome neighbor, but with the size of the house, I'm thinking just welcome is a perfect match on that. So that it pops up above my house, I'm going to use some of that thicker foam tape scraps, thicker foam squares scraps, and just add a little tiny piece on each end of the word welcome, and that will make it so that it fits perfectly over the top, over at the front of my little house. For this last card, I decided to use that last little scrap, the square scrap from that piece that I cut off earlier, that purple piece of pattern paper, and this time I'm going to just place it in the center of my card as a diamond and add a little bit of embellishment around it. The flowers that I'm using, and I'm popping them up on some foam tape, are from the ephemera pack that come in the card kit of the month. Seems like every month there's tons and tons of flowers that would make perfect and simple embellishments for our card. So I'm just going to add one of these little flower clusters to the lower and upper corners of my card, and then add a sentiment in the center. So here's another quick look at those 3 cards. These were a lot of fun to make, even if I'm not feeling 100% yet, but I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Also, if you'd like to see some more videos where I'm using some Spellbinders products, be sure to check out this playlist. You guys have a wonderful day, and remember, if I can make it, you can too. Have a great day.